Yesterday I made my second thrift run. I go on Monday and Wednesday. Today's Thursday, so yesterday was Wednesday, and I went for about 30 minutes to the thrift store, and this is everything I picked up. A nice selection of media, a couple to sell online, a couple to sell in the store. It was a really nice haul. Spent about, I think it was $18, but there's some nice stuff here. So every Monday and Wednesday, I go to a thrift store that is nearby where my daughter has gymnastics, and after I go to the gym, I go there from about 5:30 to 6, and I've been finding some good stuff. Every time I go, I always find something. I try to make sure that it's something that I can actually use, of course, not just buying something just because I'm there and spent the time. But fortunately, and here's a customer, hold on. I was faked out by the wind because I am open right now, open for business. It's just no one's here, so I'll make the video. Anyway, I usually find some good stuff. So this time around, I found 2 Blu-rays, 3 VHS tapes, 2 books, and a record. So let's start with what I'm going to sell in the store, which are these 2 Blu-rays. So it turns out that these are actually worth some good money on eBay, much more than the typical $4 or $5 Blu-rays. This is Amityville: The Awakening. Each of these I overpaid for. They were $4. They're $3.99. Neither of them were the correct color for getting half off, but that's okay. I'm gonna sell this one for $7 in the store. This one goes for about like $14-ish and up on eBay. This one, A Cure for Wellness, I'm gonna sell for $5 in the store. Not big profit on these based on what I spent, but I love to have diversity, new selection, new Blu-rays, just a diverse inventory as much as I can, especially book or anything really, but especially movies like these Blu-rays that I've never had in the store before. So anytime I see something different or new or unique or original or more rare, I'm gonna pick them up for sure. So those were a nice pickup, and the discs were in great condition. And then these 2 are awesome. Of course, this is the jewel, Halloween, the original Halloween with a very young Jamie Lee Curtis. This is even a Blockbuster Presents, which is really cool. When I saw that, I thought it was going to be more rare, but it turns out it's not. I guess Blockbuster produced a lot of these. If you go on eBay, you'll see there's over 100 or so that are for sale, and this sell-through is almost 100% over 90 days. In the last 90 days, 85 of these have sold on eBay, which is crazy. Of course, I'm sure the fact that it was around Halloween helped, but this one's really nice. I got 3 VHS tapes, and I'm only paying 99 cents for all 3, so 33 cents each. This one I am going to sell in the store for $5. That's a really cool one. People love their VHS horror movies. This one I'd never seen before, The Ambulance. Again, got it for 33 cents. I'm going to sell it for $5 in the store. This actually goes for around $10 on eBay. And this one's got, as you can see, who's in it just by looking at the faces. But it's a more rare, harder to find VHS. I've never actually seen this movie. Looks interesting. That's a unique one. And then I found this vinyl record. I don't usually find that many records in this thrift store, but for some reason, or fortunately, they had put out some new ones. This one's really cool. It stood out to me, the Chantels. This is an old school one from, I believe it's from the 50s, but you'll have to correct me. I'll have to look it up again. But the thing that I do know is this record goes for good money on eBay. Currently the lowest priced one is, I think it's $17.50 plus shipping. But it sells the 3 that have sold in the last 90 days. There's 6 or 7 for sale right now. But after that $17.50, it jumps up a lot in price. But the 3 that sold were, I believe there was one $45. They were all between like $25.50 or $25.30 and up. And so this is a nice one that I got for $4. I'm gonna sell it for $15 in the store. It's in really good shape. The record does have some smudges, but I just tested it on my record player right there, my little handy dandy record player, and it sounds fine other than the normal scratchy popping sounds that you get off of an older record. But yeah, it's a really cool one. That one really stood out to me. There were some other ones that I looked up, but nothing was worth getting, especially at $4. But I'm glad to get it at $4 because I know I can resell it for more. Even if I can only sell it for $8 or $9, it's still worth it to double my money and to just have variety, a more variety in the store, a better selection, unique type of stuff, and that's definitely a more hard to find record. So that was really cool, just sitting there finding that one. And now the three that I'm going to sell, two on Amazon, one on eBay, is an Arthur VHS tape. I'm not going to get that much money for it, but I'm going to list it for $10, taking offers. This one does sell. There were a couple other Arthurs, but they weren't worth it. So we'll see how quickly I can sell this one. It's it's VHS tapes are fun because certain genres can do pretty well, and kids is one of those genres for VHS tapes that can potentially sell quickly and for good money. I just sold a big lot of, which I talked about in the previous video, of kids VHS tapes, 21 of them. There were some Arthurs in there as well. Arthur's a good one if you can get, I would say, at least bare minimum 5, but probably closer to like 8 to 10 or more. Then you can probably get some decent money for the lot. And there are some individual ones, like many other series or kids programming, that can go for some good money as well. Now, these two are going to go on on Amazon. This one stood out to me right when I saw it. The Fatal Affair in Monte Diablo Canyon, the convict lake story, robbery, murder, and vengeance in the Old West. This one I'm going to sell for $16.99. These are merchant fulfilled on Amazon. I spent $2 on that one. When I was going through the nonfiction books, I noticed they had a lot of different titles out. These two were part of those new titles. They apparently had put out a bunch of them, and it's not often when I go there I've seen the same books over and over, with a couple of new ones here and there, but they had clearly put out a good amount since I had been there before, or at least in the last week or so. The other one, which you might be familiar with, is this guy, Can't Hurt Me, David Goggins. You probably have seen him on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, lots of clips and videos of him running mostly, or doing interviews. He's kind of a motivational guy. He's done a bunch of ultra marathons. He was a Navy SEAL. He had a rough childhood. So this is a book about his master your mind and defy the odds, about his life. So it's autobiography as well as motivational kind of a deal. And this one is an extremely low rank. The current rank is 214 on Amazon. There's no merchant fulfilled offers. There's one FBA and then Amazon. That's it. There's only 2 offers currently. I'm sure if I looked it up now, there might even be less. So basically it's a book when it's ranked 200. Anything under 1,000 for books sales rank, essentially it means it's selling multiple copies, many copies every single day. So Amazon clearly has a lot of new copies, and they're probably selling, I can't put a number on it, but if you're under 1,000 rank, I wouldn't be surprised if there were hundreds of copies being sold a day. And this book came out, I believe, in 2018. Yes, 2018. So I kind of want to read it, but then I'm reading a couple of other books right now that are already going to take me a while to get through, and I feel like I should just list it and sell it. So I'm going to list it for $14.30. It should sell really quickly. Just know that when you come across a book that is ranked on Amazon under 1,000, that you're pretty much guaranteed to sell it right away if you are pricing it to sell. Because if it's selling if there's under 1,000, or if the book is ranked under 1,000, sales rank under 1,000, but there's a lot of copies, it's still selling. Those copies are selling through pretty quickly. So even if you price it a tiny bit higher than the lowest price, you're probably still going to sell it pretty quickly. because I've sold a good amount of books that have been ranked under 1,000, and they sell right away, essentially. That would be kind of like having, yeah, for a book, that's just crazy. I mean, the #1 selling book is essentially not really, I mean, you list it and it sells. It's possibly selling thousands of copies a day, but a one that's ranked 200, I would guess it's selling hundreds. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that hundreds of copies are being sold of that book each day, which is crazy. But there are books that sell that many. So this is my pickup. I'm really happy with it. Again, I'm only there for 30-40 minutes, so if I can get even 3 or 4 quality items, I'm happy. But when I get this many, it's a really good day. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next video. Take care.